Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Really excited here. We're going to start getting our very first little winter swell. So I'm kind of pumped about that. And I don't know if this is going to be too noisy for me to use, but we'll find out. You know, because I spend time on the internet searching things, I got my channels and everything, and just overall having fun, especially here on the Positive Wave Rider. I come across a really big conversation on how people, let's say 45 all the way through 70, this he said, she said, how horrible dating is, how difficult dating is, and relationship maintenance, the intensity of bringing in the baggage, if you would, of the past or not, or whatever. Men are this way. If you date, if you're older, everybody's stuck in their ways. There's a lot of energy that goes into, let's say, that conversation when you're in your, 50s, 60s, 70s, 40s even. And, I don't have a dog in the hunt with that subject matter. But what I have realized is something that is very impactful and powerful is the difference between relationship and companionship. And I don't know, I think a lot of what relationship hangs its stuff on hangs its notion on is the continual sense of comfort on an intimate level, perhaps. That's what it feels like. It's like, it kind of goes right up there with I don't know, that whole thing between companionship, sexless relationships, which there are, from what I understand and from what I've seen, a ton of it. People who might be married that may not have sex for many different reasons. It is just a trippy conversation to have. I see so much unhappiness out there, and people who are resigned to live alone, forever and ever and ever. And that's fine too. But I think that companionship thing, that opposite sex companionship thing, isn't that the basis of potentially having a relationship in the first place? Truly? I mean, I don't know. I've always called the first 6 months of any relationship kind of the humpy moon stage, right? That first 6 months is like, getting to know each other emotionally, spiritually, physically, all that sort of stuff. And then it happens. That one argument, right? And then that all of a sudden becomes the thing that, can we get around this? How did we respond to that? Is he or she a yeller? Or do they get quiet? Or do they get angry? Or do they throw things? And that's where you start to kind of go, oh, you might dig in your heels a little bit and go, I'm not too sure. Well, you can actually have an argument with a companion. And if you get those feelings, it's kind of not that big a deal because it's just a companion. You're not having to go to bed with that person at nighttime or anything of that nature, or have to see that person the next day in the morning and have to confront, If within a companionship there's an argument that goes out, you probably stand a better chance of working it out because there is no gut punch of a loss of intimacy. I don't know. I'm sure a psychologist is going to have a better view of what I just said and might maybe diagnose me as non-committal, and this is why. Relationships, companionships, relationships means commitment, means a whole different scoop of emotions that you have to reignite. Remember, I'm still talking about folks who've already been married, have had kids, and stuff like that. Love, 1, 2, 3 times, whatever. But I don't know, maybe the thing is, instead of being worked over by the fact that it's so hard to date, and stop dating and just hang out with friends. Why are we labeling it a date? I like you, you like me, let's go out, let's have some fun. Let's play cards. What do you do? What do you like to do? What's going on? And start on the companionship footsteps, right? I mean, in general, that's what it is first, right? You kind of get to know each other, no big deal, without any hooks of could this be a potential relationship? What do I have to learn about this person? I'm in my 50s. I don't know if I've got enough room for somebody else in my life, emotionally, spiritually, but I want to be with somebody, so I guess I better find a way to make it work. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I think the companionship thing is something that's heavily overlooked in the bigger conversation of why people are having such a hard time finding a partner. That's another word too. I mean, you're either a partner. What's a partner? I mean, a partner can be anything, right? Working partner. You know, I come from that generation. A partner means it's a working partner, somebody you work with. Now it's used in a relationship status, but sometimes I wonder if that's just a word of comfort to say, well, we're not intimate, but maybe we are, but we're my partner, and that person helps me through my life. I don't know. It can get a little confusing for me. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts because that's what I do here on the Positive Wave Writer. And speaking of wave writing, W-A-V, I got a ton of music I got to write. So I'm going to turn around and watch a little bit of the surf. We got new waves coming in. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Have an amazing day. All right.